Um, Hello guys, so join me to analyze AUDJPY, right? So I've already done the analysis. I'm anticipating a buy from this zone, right? Upwards to this zone, this horizontal line there. So let me just break it down on how I got to that level, that point. So I'm going to be using top-down analysis SMC and MSNR, that is Malaysian support and resistance. So the whole concept is that I'm going to be using top-down analysis to get my possible reversal zones. Then I'm going to use my SMC to get like an S, basically my entry. So the Malaysian MSNR is going to help me to take precise entry, more like sniper entries. So let's get to it. Now we start on the daily. On the daily time frame, I'm going to mark out key levels that price reacted from. You can see this level here. So hello guys, so join me to analyze AUDJPY, right? So I've already done the analysis. I'm anticipating a buy from this zone, right? Upwards to this zone, this horizontal line there. So let me just break it down on how I got to that level, that point. So I'm going to be using top-down analysis SMC and MSNR, that is Malaysian support and resistance. So the whole concept is that I'm going to be using top-down analysis to get my possible reversal zones. Then I'm going to use my SMC to get like an S, basically my entry. So the Malaysian MSNR is going to help me to take precise entry, more like sniper entries. So let's get to it. Now we start on the daily. On the daily time frame, I'm going to mark out key levels that price reacted from. You can see this level here. So I'm going to mark out this price reacted. Right, so now I've marked out my key levels. Now price touch this one, and here for this level. For this level, price touched here and here. Now it's currently touching here. You can see small touch here. For this level, price touched here and two touches here. For this one, touch. There are a lot of touches there. Let me just refine this one a little bit. There. Right, so now price is currently going up from a level. So what this means is that we're expecting it to go up back to this our next level there. So from this level you can either come M4 or you can break past it and go to this one. So now that is for top-down analysis. Now we go to 4 hours to start analyzing for my SMC. Now in the 4 hours time frame, what I'm seeing is that price broke out here. This is a break of structure. Let me just right? So that's a break of structure. Then at the same time, price changed character here. Alright, now from SMC, after a change of character, right, the first pullback will be our liquidity zone. Now the first pullback after that change of character or market structure shift was that one there, right? So this is our liquidity zone. So mark it out as our liquidity zone. So we want to look for entries below that zone. So we want to be looking for our entries below that zone. So now what can we see? On the 4 hours, you can see that there is an inverse fair value gap. Since there is no fair value gap or other blocks that we can use, you can see this inverse fair value gap here, right? This is it. So you can see that inverse fair value gap there. So we're expecting price to tap into this zone, then go up to our next zone, right? So you can see price came, it took out the liquidity, but it did not touch our zone. But if you look closely, price is creating static liquidity at this zone there, right? So there's static liquidity there, meaning that there's still probability that price is going to come down. So static liquidity is more like double tops and double bottoms. So that's a double bottom there. Now that is all for our SMC. So for SMC, we're expecting price to come to this zone, then go up to our next zone. Right now, as MSNR to get our precise entry. I'll go back to daily time frame. Now the daily time frame, in our inverse fair value gap zone, we can see a key level, which is an open close level, OCL, right? Open close level there, right? So that's a daily zone, a daily key level. I'm expecting price to come down to, reject from it, then go up. Now on the 4 hours, you can see that our open close level rhymes with this our E level, right here. If you change it to the line chart, you can see that is an E level, right there. So I'm expecting price to come down to it. We're expecting price to come down to it. Now this is how I'm going to take my entries. So on the 4 hours time frame, I want to see a rejection that is a week of this level, right? Though there are other levels in this zone on the 4 hours time frame. There's another level here, another open close level. This is a fresh zone, right? That is a fresh open close level. Right? So what I want to see is for price to come into this our zone, this first one, reject it with a week. I want to see a week rejection with a week. That's what I mean. Then when I see that, I want to drop to the 1 hour. Then at that our zone, I want to see, after the rejection, I want to look for a high that is the high that formed before market touched this our zone, right? So I'm going to look for a high that formed before market touched this our zone, and I'll wait for market to break that high as our market structure shifts. So after that, I'm going to mark out any support zone that was formed there, that is like a V level, something like this. If you change it now to the line chart, you see it making a V, right? Making a V here. Making a V level. You can see the drop and the up. It came down, went up. So I'm going to be expecting it. Once price drop into this hour zone, I'm going to be looking for a V level. So after it breaks the high that forms just before market touches our zone, then I'll use that V level as my entry zone. So if possibly price do not retest of this our 4-hour zone, but this zone is a high probability zone for price start pushing up from, I'm expecting to come to this zone, and from this zone I'm still going to look for the same thing as 1 hour. So I'm going to be entering. After that, I'm going to be entering. Then I'll break even at this high here. I'll take partials at this high here, this one here. Then I'll take my full TP at this zone right there. Let me just structure that zone out again now. So yeah, so my full TP is going to be at this zone. So I'm actually expecting price to rally up to that zone. Yeah, so that was the whole concept. We used top-down analysis to moving on to SMC, then we moved to MSNR. So this is exactly what I'm anticipating for price. Right. So yeah, thank you. You guys should not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. So if you guys want me to do a video on MSNR, I'm going to explain few key things on MSNR. You guys drop the just drop a comment telling me to explain it. So that's all for now on AUDJPY. Thank you.